So back when Disney Lucasfilm trotted out Daisy Ridley at Star Wars Celebration 2023 to a very mediocre at best reception, I remember saying that it's only a matter of time before the Disney shills who claim they don't like the sequel trilogy come out and say, alright guys, it's time to give Rey a second chance. Technically a fourth chance. And it has already begun. Christian Harloff, who continuously feels the need to constantly remind us all that he hates The Last Jedi.
I don't like The Last Jedi, and that is one of those movies that the more I watch it, the less I like it when it comes to as a Star Wars film.
So tell me, exactly how full of shit are you?
This is the guy who enthusiastically gave Star Wars The Last Jedi a 9 out of 10.
So I'm going to go pretty big, and I'm going to say 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Can't emphasize enough that if you can see it twice, see it twice.
So this self-proclaimed expert film critic required several viewings of The Last Jedi in order to realize that it was shit. And somehow average ordinary people and real Star Wars fans like you and I realized this immediately.
Just go with it.
Alright, so moving on to the Rey movie.
So there's a lot riding on the upcoming Rey-focused Star Wars film, which will pick up 15 years later after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. What do you take from all of that comes out? Do you have hope in this movie?
I always have hope for Star Wars. Yeah. I always have it. Hope springs eternal.
Are you fucking serious?
You always want, fingers crossed, that it's going to be good, right?
I just have hope that it's a good project. It just is, it's a lot of pressure to go back to a character that was so attacked.
Yes, this character, who is the literal face of a failed trilogy. Following several other failures that released on Disney Plus in the years after, and following 2 Star Wars trailers which in the past month have been ratioed by fans, which has never happened before. Fans hate Disney Star Wars now more than they ever have. And you come out here and say that you have hope for this movie with this character.
She is going to be probably leading some sort of academy.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Yes, give Rey the story that they should have given to Luke. I'm sure the fans are going to love that. And Rey is not the only one who deserves a second chance. Sorry, a fourth chance. These people want to bring in all the other sequel trilogy characters as well. Like they're going to save the movie.
They have to bring back John Boyega. I feel like Oscar Isaac is not going to be that hard to convince to come back. I think Luke Skywalker has to show up.
Where's Rose Tico?
Yep.
You serious?
Sorry, I had to sneak that one in just for the comedic value. But John Boyega as Finn returning, I'm sure you've all seen, these people are really pushing for that.
They have to. They have to bring back John Boyega. They got to throw the tank at him as far as money-wise goes. You have to, because that story made no sense in The Rise of Skywalker.
My God, can we just accept that The Rise of Skywalker sucks and move on with our lives? Jesus fucking Christ. But we gotta have that Rey and Finn romance, right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, it was in my dream world. You know, he's like my fave character. They're either the best of buds or they're just like the cutest couple ever, and they're the leaders of the pack.
And they're also really pushing this Finn as a Jedi narrative.
But I would not mind seeing Jedi Finn.
I think he should come back because at that point, 15 years, he's been training for 15 years. He should be one of the Jedi inside of the academy.
Isn't it funny how one of the only things getting people excited for the Rey movie are the other characters that could possibly show up not named Rey?
That is funny.
And as you heard earlier, there is one more character that they want.
I think Luke Skywalker has to show up.
Yeah.
I think he's got to. I think the fact that in the same way that he's talking to Yoda in Last Jedi on that bench, why isn't she talking to him?
But they don't want too much of him.
I hope it's quick and not the entire storyline is dependent on the connections of the Skywalkers.
I don't want her to rely on him.
Yeah.
Like him being there to provide advice, show up to certain other Padawans. Why not?
Yeah. I want him to Obi-Wan. I want him to just, well, you always have had a thought about this. Haven't trust your feelings.
You see, they want him in the movie because they know he will put more asses in the seats, but they don't want too much of him because just like in the sequel trilogy, they don't want him to take the spotlight off of Rey.
I want him to be that delightful little fortune cookie who just gives you the answer that's already inside of you.
Fuck off.
Of course, my fingers are crossed. But as I said with The Acolyte, and I said with everything else coming out with Star Wars right now, I'm going in like this, but I'm not going to have high expectations.
And we've seen this from these people in the past. We saw this in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We saw this in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And we saw this in the Marvels. You know, we need to manage our expectations. Don't get your hopes up. Just enjoy it for what it is.
Expect disappointment and you will never get disappointed.
Just be glad we're getting more Star Wars.
I don't care if the story is good or not. I just like an opportunity to exist, to shut off my brain and live in that galaxy far, far away.
I always get excited for stuff, even if it ends up not being what I want.
I really hope it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'll check it out for sure. It's a Star Wars movie. I'll be there opening weekend. And then I hope it just knocks my socks off.
Same.
And then Daisy Ridley is just an iconic, like, stepping into it.
She could be, and then that'll lead to a second film.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
And that will lead to a second film. My ass, Harloff. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.